Halloween month. Like and subscribe, please. I want to get a lot of subscribers this month. I'm trying to build this thing. God damn it. But thank you for watching. And look at this light. What the hell's with this light? Does it work? I don't know if this makes me look older or younger. I think it makes me look way older. I look so shiny right now. Anyway, start off, I watched a horror movie. I'm going to watch a few horror movies that I have never seen before. I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003, the remake. Big fan of this guy named John Flickinger. I don't know if you heard of him, YouTube reviewer. And he said that he likes that movie a lot, so I gave it a shot. And I liked it. There's things I didn't like and things I did like. It has Arlie Ermy, has Jessica Biel. Nobody else has a name in that movie. And the things I liked, things I didn't like. So things I didn't like was that a lot of horror movies, and one of the negatives of horror movies is that the characters aren't real characters. In this movie, that the characters aren't real characters. They're just there to die. So it never really has an impact when anyone dies because you don't give a damn about them. I think some of the dialogue was just very slasher movie, corny dialogue that wasn't well written. And there were things that, since it's a remake, it's obviously trying to give a shout out to the 1970s classic, but it did them worse. It kind of reminded me of A Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake, like when Freddy's going through the wall, but it is CGI, so it looks worse, and the flying around the room, but it is CGI, so it looks worse. This didn't do CGI, but it did certain things that I was like, that looked better back then. Like him chasing her with the chainsaw, that looked way better back then. The ending of the original, way better back then. Just that look of him spinning around holding a chainsaw. This one didn't really have anything like that. It had a very cool ending though still. So going to the things I liked, I still did like the ending. I liked the introduction and the ending. So spoilers if I haven't said that already. But I love the black and white shaky cam beginning and end, the little introduction. I thought that was clever. I loved how it ended, where you think that you're listening to a news broadcast. You're actually listening to found footage of the officer who died during the investigation, and that shaky boom, black and white, and this is the only image of his face, and he went missing. I was like, ooh, that's cool. I like that they were in a little town this time. Like last time it was like just that family, and this time it was a few other people. They're all connected, and they're all psychopathic for some reason. I like the look. They kept this greenish, grungy look. The old one was kind of a tannish, and it had a nice, nasty feel to it. It was gross looking, and I liked how it looked. I liked the image of it. I liked the cinematography of it. Jessica Biel, my God, is that a 10-star looking woman? Like I've never paid attention to her because she's not in a lot of movies today. I haven't seen her in a movie. I can't even remember when I've ever seen her in a movie. But I saw her in this, and I was like, God damn, you are a 10. I looked at her up down, and she's still that attractive. Major plus. Leatherface has a phenomenal moment that truly made me jump in my seat, where she looks at him and he looks back and he has the boyfriend's face on his face, and I was like, that nanosecond, I was like, that freaked me out. His mask was cool. The old mask was cool too. I think the kills, it was a little bit gorier, and a thing that people don't remember about the original one, and they always think it is, they always think it's really gory. It's not gory at all. This one's a lot gorier. I think the original did create a more scary movie. I think the original is a lot better. It's a lot better for the sake that it was scary, and this one wasn't scary, but this one was still fun to watch. But what's scary is subtlety and realism. And the old one had a more realistic feel to it, as to where this one had more of a Friday the 13th feel to it. The sheriff in this one is a plus. I loved Arlie Ermy. I love him screaming at people. You know, go watch Full Metal Jacket, then watch this. That man can yell at you and curse you out. That guy is like Simon Cowell if he went to the military. But he was great. I fucking loved him in this movie. He was pretty much the main villain of this movie in a weird way. Like, Leatherface was almost a side villain to this guy. This guy was way more intimidating. But the old one's setting, the house with the like human remains that made up the entirety of the house, kind of like Ed Gein in real life, how he had practical things that he made out of people, like a bowl for cereal made out of a human skull and belts made out of nipples. This one, the setting, the house itself, they didn't really do anything with it. But overall, it's still very entertaining. I think the chase, trying to escape Leatherface, and I think the introduction of that girl in the beginning who shoots herself in the face, was much more interesting than the original. When they pick up the hitchhiker and he just cuts his hand, he's crazy. I'm like, okay, he's this crazy guy. This girl picking her up in the beginning, and then she blows her brains out because she doesn't want to go back. And then for it to end with Jessica Biel being in the same exact spot, I thought that was very cool. That was a very cool, like, beginning end thing to me. So I was a big fan of that. I thought the hitchhiker thing was much better than the original. So overall, decent movie. It's not bad. It has terrible Rotten Tomatoes reviews, but I would give this movie a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's not a bad movie. I think it's, and I'm rating it based off as far as slasher movies go, because I don't think there's not many slasher movies that are trying to be great movies. But for a slasher movie, it's pretty decent. I enjoyed myself. So, have you seen it? What do you think? Comment in the comment section below.